So there is a lot of talk of the republics and all the different republics that are coming up, and there is power in together, and it's constitutional for us
Correct.
to have our own militia and for us to be protected in the ways that we see fit as a community. But what we've seen in the past, and what we're even currently seeing, is this trend of if this current quote unquote administration under Trump, the pendulum has swung so far that now we see an avenue where we can use that to our advantage and get this republic moving. Now, the thing is, there's an issue with that. Now, this has happened many times in the past, and I'm very close friends with a lady from Minnesota who her husband was the president of the whole country, the new republic, the parallel republic to the corporation of the United States of America.
Yep.
And well, long story short, all of their resources and funds, gold, silver, foreign currencies, U.S. currencies, everything was seized,
Yep.
and everybody went to jail that was a part of that system. And he unfortunately passed away before he could, really complete the journey God had him here on this earth. And I can't vouch whether or not what he did was a move of God or a move of what he thought God was telling him to do. But we have to all come to this understanding that it's important for us right now because we are literally in the crack of this new awakening. We're right in the crack. We
Yep.
can't really find our place on either side yet because we have to maintain this of being a gray man. Because if we don't, we put this X on our shoulders, or on our back rather, that they know who we are, they know where we are, and if we are going to come against what is going to happen from a government level, let's just say, well, they own more than just a militia. They have the entire United States military that our brothers and sisters are in.
Yep.
And so what we can't have is another civil war where the powers that be, the banking systems, the government people that are in high enough places that have taken themselves and put themselves in those positions for various reasons, they have usurped the actual government, which is we the people. And so when we the people finally get this and we wake up, and we do it by and large. I'm not talking just a little bit here and a little bit there. Yes, ripples are important because ripples create waves, and those waves create, and those movements change things from the inside out. See, Jesus himself said that what good is it if you are clean on the outside and the inside of the cup is dirty? I wouldn't want to drink from that cup, even though the outside looks shiny. The inside needs to be cleaned up. And the same thing needs to happen with our government. We need to clean it up from the inside and not from the outside. Adam, you mentioned something a while ago about with somebody about tossing rocks at City Hall, trying to get them to change a policy that you disagree with. That's not how you
Yeah,
do it.
you're gonna break a window and you're gonna get a felony,
Exactly.
for
Yep.
criminal mischief or
Mm-hmm.
damage. So there's much better ways to approach that, and you have to come from that standpoint and not the standpoint of that.
Yes.
You have to come from the inside, and that's where all change really comes from. That's where all
Mm-hmm.
change in everything with what we're doing here is
Everything.
from the inside
Mm-hmm.
out.
Well, same
So
thing with starting a relationship with Christ. It starts on the inside. That's the power. Everything comes from literally the change has to happen within here first. People that are going through sickness, disease, whatever, it usually has to do with fear, anxiety, and stress, or environmental illness, or some kind of lie that they're agreeing to. What did Jesus say? He said, you shall know the truth and the truth shall make you free. Well, it's that truth
always.
that forces you into a position of receiving that reality. Because the moment you put yourself in that reality, you start to change things on the inside. I was speaking with somebody, they were having an issue with an aneurysm. And we were going through, what the lies are that creates an aneurysm. Well, what is an aneurysm? It's a blocked blood vessel, and it creates this pocket of blood, and it's a blockage. Well, what is that blockage? Well, it's anger, rage, and resentment. And
It
once
can
that
be a lot
anger,
of things,
rage, and
yeah.
resentment gets dealt with, guess what? that aneurysm goes away. You don't need some harmful surgery and pay tens of thousands of dollars to have something removed and then get on some kind of medication for the rest of your life. No. Adam and I, we talked about this the other day. That's how they rob your family of inheritances. They steal it from you in probate for a $50 ibuprofen that they charge you $250 for in probate. And then they rob your family members blind.
Well,
and that's just how they do
it. That's a whole story. Scott, welcome, by the way. Welcome.
How you doing, guys?
Good to see you. Thank you for coming on this week.